The pub group that owns the Slug and Lettuce and Yates's bars have said it'll charge 20p more per pint during peak hours due to cost increases. This is Stoneage Group. They're the UK's biggest pub chain. They said 800 of its 4,000 pubs will introduce dynamic pricing during evenings and weekends. It said the price rise reflected the higher costs that the company was facing, including extra security. Peak time pricing is used by other sectors like travel when demand spikes. Stoneage said customers would be alerted to the price increases through notices in the pub. It's just a bit of an own goal here. Victoria Macdonald is a spokesperson for the campaign for pubs, the owner of 3 pubs herself in Norfolk. Victoria, hello.
Hello.
It's not the best PR, is it, when somebody says it's going to cost you more money for a pint? I mean, I'm sure you as a publican sympathise with their cost point, but are they doing an inevitable thing here, or is this a kick in their own shins?
I don't understand it at all. I first became familiar with it this morning. I mean, we're all used to the happy hour. We're all used to the 2-for-1s, you know, earlier in the week to encourage customers in when you are quiet, which is obviously what you want to do. I don't know. This can only seem to discourage customers in and not necessarily. I mean, if I normally go out on a Friday night, which I don't because I'm normally working, the idea that, OK, well, I'll do it on a Monday lunchtime instead doesn't balance out. So it doesn't seem to make very much sense to me.
They might have been better in a way doing it the other way round, of saying, hey, come and drink at 3 in the afternoon because it's cheaper or something like that. I mean, punters would have rumbled it, of course. They'd have realised things had gone up. But, I mean, I guess the cost thing is understandable, but one would assume that the Stoneage Group can probably buy pretty much everything cheaper than you can buy everything, based on their size.
You're not wrong there. I mean, obviously, for us, one of the major issues that we have is, you know, as an industry as a whole, is we're facing massive rises in the electricity and the gas that we use. We didn't see any advantage in the duty changes that came in last month, so they haven't helped pubs. We've got staffing issues, staffing costs are going up, and 20 pence on a pint, to be honest, for most landlords isn't going to make a difference. And if we tried it, our customers would go to other branded pubs, shall we say. So I just find it quite bizarre. Like I say, most of us are used to the happy hours and the 2-for-1 lunches early in the week, which you want to encourage people in, but people don't always have that time to go out. It just seems like fleecing the punter. Where do you make money these days at pubs? Is it through food more than drink? The margins are better in food. Obviously, though, food does come at a cost. The costs have increased in food. And of course, you then need the chefs and the gas, the electricity to go with it. So there is an element of that. And each publican will run their pub as works best for them, whether that's a real ale pub, you know, a drinking pub, somewhere that does food, principally, and those that are virtual restaurants. And each, as individual publicans, we run our pubs as the best we can. But any of us turning around and putting 20 pence on a pint on a Friday and Saturday night doesn't sound like good business sense to me. Would it be, if you did literally that, Victoria, would punters simply stop coming? I mean, because there is an argument, isn't there, in certain spheres and worlds that people either not even notice it or they'll just weather it and say, well, I'll pay it. Absolutely. I think either people will drink less or they will come out later. They'll, you know, front load, because we all know that it's still cheaper in the supermarkets, no matter what the government tried to do with duty last month. Or they'll find other places to go. Yeah. So, you know, if it was a mandatory 20p, that would be different because we'd all be in the same boat. But I mean, I certainly wouldn't envisage doing that in any of my pubs. You know, my job is to make sure that my pub is as profitable as possible at all times, and to look at those quieter times to think, how can I get people in, not how can I stop people coming in? Indeed. Just what it sounds like.
Listen, Victoria, thank you for your time. Really appreciate that.